Being resilient is a character trait that helps a person work through challenges and overcome obstacles. Whether you're working on a group project, part of a sports team, or building a car, it's important to keep going when things get tough, and it's always okay to ask for help because no one knows all the answers.
In this video, you'll hear from GM employees who work at different plants and offices about how they incorporate resilience in their personal lives and at their jobs.
Let's head to the plant floor and talk with Jeff about the challenges he overcame to land his dream job as a journeyman.
My name is Jeff Thompson. I'm a journeyman electrician here at General Motors. For those of you that don't know, a journeyman is someone who has gone through an apprenticeship program. For example, my apprenticeship was a little over 4 years, 8,000 hours of on-the-job training, a little over 700 hours of classroom training. Once you complete that and pass a final test, you get what's called a journeyman's card. What that means is I can do electrical work on my own now, and I don't need supervision. As to when I was an apprentice, I had to work underneath a licensed journeyman to do electrical work.
Thomas Edison, he failed making a light bulb 1,000 times. Thomas Edison always replies that I didn't fail making a light bulb 1,000 times. I invented a light bulb, it just had 1,000 steps in it. At the end of the day, when it comes to math, science, anything involving technology, engineering, or just in life in general, all it takes is just practice.
It's okay to make mistakes, right? We learn the most from the mistakes that we make. You don't have to get 100% on the test all the time. You just need to try your best and make sure that you're studying. And if you study and still don't get the best that you can, then just try a little harder next time. But it is okay to make mistakes and continually improve. In my job, I cannot be perfect in everything I do. And I have learned along the way that you don't have to be.
It's okay if you fail, but in those failing moments, just take the lessons out of it and just be better the next time. You're going to keep learning, and curiosity will lead you to a whole world of opportunities just because your mind's constantly going. You're not content, you're not settling. So just keep going. It's okay to be curious.
If you have a problem solving something, just don't give up on it. Someone can always help you achieve something you need. And it doesn't define you that somebody helped you, you know? It just makes you better.
At work, I talked to some of the electricians and other skilled trades members, and I was like, hey, how do I become you, basically? Like, what do I need to do? And they gave me some classes and some ideas of what I could do, and started doing that, and had an opportunity to take a test to get into the apprenticeship, which I did, and my first test went horrible. But I had some good teachers that were able to get me the classes that I needed, and a couple years later I had another opportunity for a skilled trades test. I took it. I did finish inside the top 200 nationwide for testing, which to me was just mind-blowing, considering the first one I failed miserably, and now I'm in the top 200, which was the top 1% of people that took the test, and got into my apprenticeship from there and just never stopped learning and taking classes.
Persistence is the answer. It's just a matter of where you are, where you want to be, and your persistence will get you to where you want to be. So always be persistent with anything that you may struggle with, and even things that you don't struggle with, practice them. You know, there's this golden rule of 10,000 hours. If you do something for 10,000 hours, you become a pro at it. Work at it, work at it, work at it. It'll get easier.
Being able to admit when you don't fully understand something and being ready to ask for help. Because more often than not, people around you, especially in places like this, are willing to help and really want to see you succeed. And so being able to go and ask for help or say, hey, I don't really understand this, can you explain it to me? That is definitely very helpful and really cuts out a lot of time with troubleshooting. Also, patience, not being frustrated if what you try doesn't work, being willing to go back and try again, no matter how many times it takes.
I don't like to give up, even if it is a struggle. I know at the end I'm gonna learn something valuable from that struggle. And if I need to, I don't mind taking a break away from it. And I will get frustrated with myself, but that's okay. I'll walk away, take a break, think about it, and if I'm still a little foggy, I'll ask somebody their opinion. So what do you think? I just feel don't give up. It's so important just to keep trying. And even if you do fail, that's okay. you're still going to learn something from that experience.
I always had some kind of like insecurity as a kid because in engineering, they were like way intelligent people than me in that field. So I thought that I'm not good enough, but I need to like find my own path. And that's what like the path that I took, it's very unique to me. So I would say like every kid has a very unique path. So don't be too harsh on yourself, explore more and you will get there.
You know, be humble enough to say, hey, I don't know, but how can you help me understand, or what can I do to learn this skill set?
Just keep striving, shoot for the moon. If you fall upon the stars. Don't ever settle, just keep going.
Out of college, I worked for Lionel Trains, but GM was the big ticket. So I just kept applying. And I said, you're gonna love me because I'm not giving up. No is not the answer that I'm accepting. And eventually they gave in, and I'm here. They love me. Almost 30 years later, I'm like,
Life can be difficult sometimes, but it's so important to stay positive and always keep pushing forward because you never know what tomorrow can bring.